In high definition, this is News Channel 5, where the news comes first.
Pastry chef and author Julia Usher is here with some novel ideas for Valentine's Day. These treats are featured in her book, Cookie Swap, Creative Treats to Share Throughout the Year. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And you always say cookie swaps are not just for Christmas time.
Exactly. Actually, the recipe I'm working on today derives from a recipe in the book. It's a marshmallow recipe, and I use it to make peeps and chicks in the book. But today we're going to make heart-shaped marshmallows out of it. I don't know if it's all the cool weather we've been having lately, but I've really been thinking about how to heat up Valentine's Day with some original ideas and gifts. You know, we all have that special someone for whom a box of chocolates or a bundle of roses doesn't quite cut it. So I like to step it up a notch. And today what we're going to be talking about is this gift I've got over here, which is basically a hot cocoa, nothing warmer than that, and marshmallows gift set. But the really nice thing and novel thing about it is that the marshmallows are made from scratch. So they're fluffier, and you can shape them any which way you want.
I don't know if I've ever had homemade marshmallows, but I have read that there's just no comparison.
Yeah, they're lovely. They're very ethereal. So we're going to start. I'm going to have you help. I've got a half a cup of water in here, and I start just by hydrating gelatin. This is Knox unflavored gelatin. I've got 3 packets in here, and you want to add this gradually, because if you add it too quickly, not all of the gelatin gets hydrated or doesn't absorb the water particularly well. So we're just going to dump that in gradually and wait till it absorbs all the water. And then the next step, this is very easy because it's basically water, sugar, and beating. So the next thing we want to do, in here I've got another half cup of water, half teaspoon salt to heighten flavor, 2 cups of sugar, and 3/4 cup of corn syrup. And I brought it to a boil already.
And we have this recipe on KSDK.com for you.
Actually, if you want to pour this in gradually.
You trust me?
These aren't, yeah, that's not hot. So, and I'm going to start whipping it. Yeah, go ahead. Actually, we'll get that partially melted first. Now go ahead and add the rest, so gradually. Great. You can now add more continuously because we've got that gelatin melted.
And because we're doing it for TV.
And we're doing it for TV. And my mixer, of course, is giving me problems today. But what you want to do is ideally whip this for about 5 to 10 minutes on high speed. And trust me.
And then it will turn out like this?
Yes, it'll turn out like this. Now this I made this morning. And so you'll see it's very white and light and fluffy. However, I made it this morning, so it's already set up. So once you whip this, it will look like this, but it'll be very loose and loose enough that you can spread in your prepared pan. I've got a 10 by 15 inch pan here that I've spritzed with Pam and then sprinkled some nonpareils or sanding sugar on top of. And that goes in there in layers. You just want to spread it into a thin layer.
And this is what it looks like when you do.
Looks like. Once you spread it, you want to let it dry for about 4 hours uncovered so that it's not too sticky and then easily cut. Then
what a fun thing to do with your children.
This is why it's in the Cookie Swap book, because it employs cutters. This is obviously not a cookie. You want to use an open cutter, about 3/4 inch deep, otherwise you squish the marshmallow. And go ahead and cut some. I've got some bitty cutters here too. So the nice thing about these open cutters is you can push the marshmallow out from the top.
Fun.
These I did flavor with cinnamon. I've got to kind of give them a little spice for this season. So there you have it. And if you'd like to taste, I've got some hot cocoa here. Hopefully it's still hot.
Right. Now also we want to show one more thing. I made a graphic of it, but I see
terrific.
You brought it along too.
Yeah, do you want to pull it out or do you want to show the graphic?
Well, let's do both. There's one graphic of
the marshmallows.
Marshmallows. And then we have the letterbox or love letter
another
box.
gift idea. I don't know if the camera's caught this.
Now there's a photo of it.
Basically, I call this love letters, and it's nothing more than a sweet Valentine's message spelled out in miniature cookies in a shadow box.
And let's
and
put
there
it
you
through
see
this
it here.
camera. Where do you buy these shadow boxes? That is such a great idea.
In any normal craft store. I mean, this one was white, so I pumped it up with a little bit of spray paint on the outside and jazzed it up with some ribbons on the edge and some velvet underneath.
That
so
is
it's a really
just
lush,
beautiful.
Special gift, I think.
Well, Julie Usher, thank you very much for joining us. Again, you'll find this recipe for the marshmallow hearts on KSDK.com. Great thing to do with your children. And you can find the book Cookie Swap at local bookstores or on Amazon.com.
Thanks.
Thank you. We'll see you
Happy
next
Valentine's
time.
Day.